Welcome back to Gaming News, and happy holidays. This is a little bit of news, or should I say, actually quite a bit of gaming news came out. No movie news information, because I'm filming this on Sunday and Box Office Mojo's information hasn't come out yet. It's obvious Jumanji will be number one anyways at the box office. Number two will be Frozen 2. With that said, um, just a couple days ago, we had the Game Awards, and quite a few big trailers and info has come out. Uh, First of all, of a few things that we saw a trailer for an upcoming game that's apparently going to be coming to the PlayStation 5. So we officially have an announcement, of course, of the PS5 now. Well, it's coming out for PS5 and PC. But I would say don't expect to see a drop information or anything on the PlayStation 5 until probably sometime early next year at a PlayStation event. Because knowing Sony, they'll wait to one of their own events to unveil. But at least the cinematic trailer is drop dead gorgeous looking. I mean, it is going to be the 9th console generation, so I'm not surprised the graphics, but it's also a trailer. CG trailer, so of course it's gonna look good. With that, also we saw the one of the first games, other than of course Halo Infinite, second game announcement that's gonna be coming out for the next Xbox, and it's a sequel to a great indie game, Hellblade 2, done by of course Ninja Theory, which did the first one. I think criminally underrated game in my personal opinion, and I highly recommend it. I will be curious a few years down the line to try out the second game. But that'll be once next generation consoles are out, and I usually wait a year to a year and a half range before I actually get the next console. I want to make sure all the bugs are worked out first, glitch-wise. But game looks really good. It looks like mostly just cinematic cutscene, unfortunately, like a lot of things are. Also, we got a lot of trailer drops over the past week for new, like, indie Switch games. Of course, that Indie Game Direct for Nintendo Switch. I think of all the indie games that were announced for the Switch that most caught my eye is, Bird Skateboard, or Skateboard Bird, whatever, I forget. But it looks funny. Yeah, you're basically, they decide to take the name Tony Hawk and remove Tony and just go with Hawk. So they took that a little seriously. Yeah, you play as a bird on a skateboard, skateboarding. The gameplay aspects of the skateboarding reminds me of Tony Hawk Pro Skater. But playing as a bird, you can even flap your wings and stuff when you're doing tricks to slow your drop. So I guess you can do more special and stuff for points. Interesting idea, combining being a bird, skateboarding. Why not? You have Untitled Goose Game, which of course recently announced. Untitled Goose Game is also coming to the PlayStation 4. So that's awesome. I still need to play Untitled Goose Game. I've had like 3 people, co-workers, that have told me I need to try it out. That's really fun. It's a great game if you just want to mess with people in video games and troll and mess with them in general. So I'd probably end up enjoying just being annoying and stuff on the game. Also, we saw a lot of other indie games, of course, over the past week. Plus, we got a lot of PS4 announcement game trailers. We also got a trailer for the big DLC coming to Kingdom Hearts 3 in early 2020. And that trailer looked cool. I already have the expansion or whatever DLC pre-ordered already. So as soon as it's released, it's immediately has it set up to immediately download straight onto my hard drive, so I'll be ready when it comes out in late January for PS4, but for some reason Xbox One players will have to wait until like late February. I'm not sure if Sony signed some sort of exclusivity deal to have their DLC 1 month before Microsoft. I'm not sure if there was some backdoor deal made between Sony and Square. Wouldn't be surprised. Sony and Square have had a pretty good relationship for a long time. Also, just got announced, and you can find on eBay and Amazon now, that released exclusively in Japan the remastered version of the original Final Fantasy VII, along with remastered Final Fantasy VIII, a twin double pack, has been released exclusively in Japan. You get remastered versions of both Final Fantasy VII and VIII on physical copy cartridge for the Nintendo Switch. But they even said they added English dialogue and stuff, subtitles and stuff to the game, both games. So that means if you want to import and have a physical copy of the remastered Final Fantasy VII and VIII together, and on top for Nintendo Switch, you can do that. It's $60 for it, and yeah, it's like $60 on Amazon, and you can find for a couple of different price ranges on eBay. I'm definitely probably going to end up picking that up myself, just so I have a physical version of Final Fantasy VII and VIII remastered. That's cool, given I do like my physical medium more than digital, though I will get digital if the prices are a lot better. But I thought you guys, if you didn't know about, and you're a Switch collector or Final Fantasy fan, that you might like to know about this and pick it up. Getting two great remastered Final Fantasy games, both on physical cartridge, for $60 for both games combined. And that's not a bad price, really, when you consider it's the only way to play the games physical remastered. If you don't want digital, you want physical, that's the only way you're going to be able to play it. Just like A Hat in Time, if you want physical, you have to buy it for the Switch. But fun fact, you will get a DLC code for A Hat in Time and stuff for the expansion packs. So you're actually getting really a bundle. And you can get it for like $33 at Walmart, I believe. With that said, also I'm going to have a special holiday edition video game pickups that I'm going to be releasing, because I'm still waiting for like a couple of games, but some are also gifts that I got. And I'm going to be uploading that special game edition of video game pickups on Christmas Eve, because I'm still waiting for a couple things in the mail. And also, probably the biggest news of all from the Game Awards is the fact that we got a trailer for the new Xbox coming out next holiday season, 2020. It's being called the Xbox Series X, and it looks a lot like a gaming PC to me. And it's going to include, instead of a regular like Xbox One style controller, the system is going to come pre-packaged with a Xbox Elite controller, which is like a $180 controller. Yeah, like me, if you thought $60 and $70 was ridiculously overpriced for a game controller like it is now, yeah, try 3 times that price for an Elite controller. And you're going to get that with the console, so you better hope you don't break an Elite controller unless, well, you want to pay $180 for another one. Which I think is still ridiculously overboard, even if the quality is great. I'm sorry, no one in their right mind is going to pay like almost $200 for a game controller. That's my opinion. But with that said, still, it looks interesting. And from the trailer, I would say, as I said, we got a look at a second Xbox One or Xbox Series X game trailer. So far we have 2 officially announced games, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see at the launch probably like a Forza Horizon 5 or Forza Motorsports like 7 or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised, because it's become a thing by now expected a Forza game to be on the launch of a new Xbox, because they did it with the 360 and they did it with the Xbox One. And as I said, not a big racing fan, but I will admit I like Forza Horizon series quite a bit, actually. It's probably my favorite racing series, in my opinion. Also, we have the announcement of a lot of other games, of course, coming out. I want to talk specifically about a couple of games that we got to see, and that is the fact, or rather, some of the game awards. Now, Action Adventure, I think it was Action Adventure, I forget. But Action Game, I was happy with who won, and that being Devil May Cry 5. Won Best Action Game. Which I'm happy because I love Devil May Cry. Heck, Devil May Cry was my #1 favorite game of 2019, so I'm happy to see it actually won Best Action. Um, Best Music Score, I don't agree with at all. Not one bit. Because the winner was Death Stranding, which I don't care about. In my opinion, Final Fantasy, or not Final Fantasy, but Kingdom Hearts 3 got robbed on the score. When it comes to game score, KH3 should have won. I completely disagree with the score winning going to Kojima. Kojima's a great guy, but he's also kind of a douche. Especially the way he talked back at people, critics and stuff, who bash him for his game being boring and stuff, and try to say, oh, they don't understand artistry. You kind of shot yourself in the foot there, Kojima, with your ego. Don't get me wrong, I like Kojima. I love Metal Gear Solid series. Great action series. But I've know several people have tried Death Stranding and they all gave pretty negative opinions on the game. And so, to me, I think music-wise, definitely Kingdom Hearts 3 should have won that. So at least, action game, I was happy with the results. That I wasn't happy. Indie game, I forget the name of, but I felt it shouldn't have been. I wanted either like a Sea of Solitude or Outer Wilds to win like indie game. And winning Game of the Year, I am happy Death Stranding did not win Game of the Year. Thank goodness. I will say the game I was most pulling for to win was probably Outer Worlds, though. The my secondary pick was the one who actually won Best Game of the Year award. I'm happy with that. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, won. It's about time that FromSoft finally won an award. Congratulations, Miyazaki. Congratulations on winning. You got robbed with Bloodborne, you got robbed on Dark Souls 3. It's about time you finally win Game of the Year. So, congratulations to you. I'm kind of surprised it didn't go Resident Evil 2 remake, in all honesty. Speaking of course, I am really curious about the Resident Evil 3 remake, which is coming next year. And plus, you're going to have a multiplayer mode, which originally we saw trailers for, kind of a Saw aspect version game mode, it looks like, with multiplayer, kind of like Resident Evil Outbreak. But it's going to be part of the Resident Evil 3 remake, just a multiplayer mode component. So that's cool, so you're getting more content, and that's good news in my opinion. Now I can just cross my fingers and hope someday we finally get a Resident Evil Code Veronica remake. Because Veronica deserves a remake. I mean, come on. We don't really need a Resident Evil 4 remake, because graphically it still looks, I think, for the most part, decent. I think Code Veronica deserves a remake. Big time. But that's my opinion. With that said, happy holidays everyone out there in YouTube land. This was a bit of gaming news and some of my perspective on some of the things going on. And some launch stuff. Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see more on the Xbox Series X. I thought Xbox One was kind of confusing, but Xbox Series X, and I've already seen memes and stuff like we heard Xbox One called the X-Bone. Now people are making jokes about Xbox Series X, calling it Xbox Sex and stuff like that. Leave it to the internet. But anyways, I'll see y'all next time, and I hope y'all have a good rest of December and a good upcoming 2020. And we'll see what gaming holds us for in the near future.